Night fell over London, but Scrooge's house seemed to like the darkness. The mansion, once fancy and rich, was now old and broken. Dark soot covered the stone walls and ivy climbed up them like creepy claws. The windows, once shiny, were now dirty, like mean eyes glaring at the world. Inside, it was just as gloomy. Dust covered the old furniture, paint peeled off the walls like dry skin. The air was thick and stale, smelling like old things and sad memories. Scrooge, a man as cold as his house, walked back and forth in his study. Each step echoed in the big, empty room. His mean face was wrinkled from greed, showing a life without love or kindness. The only light came from the fireplace, where a small fire tried to stay alive. The weak flames made strange shadows on the walls, like scary monsters dancing in the dark. The fire flickered, as if it was afraid of the shadows it made. The room was freezing, and Scrooge felt the cold in his bones, even under his thick robe. It felt like the coldness of a grave. This wasn't the nice, fresh cold of winter, but a deep, chilling cold. Scrooge, not caring about the cold, or maybe liking it, moved closer to the tiny fire. His eyes, cold as ice, looked around the room, not seeing the broken things, but only ways to make more money. Suddenly, a loud, sharp metal clang broke the silence. Scrooge jumped and turned around, his heart beating fast. He saw the heavy chain on the study door rattling like someone was shaking it. The air got colder and the shadows grew darker. A figure came out of the darkness by the dying fire. It was Jacob Marley, Scrooge's dead business partner, but he looked different. He wasn't his usual cheerful self. Now he was a skeleton, his skin rotten, showing the bones underneath. Empty eyes stared from under a ripped cloth with a tiny, evil glint. Heavy, rusty chains were wrapped around Marley's bony body. They scraped across the floor with a horrible sound, each link showing the bad things he had done. The air smelled like death, sticking to Marley like a creepy fog. "Ebenezer," Marley croaked, his voice a scary echo. Each word felt like a cold shock, reminding Scrooge that he would die someday. "We need to talk." Marley wasn't there to help Scrooge, but to warn him. 3 ghosts would visit Scrooge not to help him be good, but to show him how bad he was. They would show him the awful things he had done, not to save him, but to make him feel even worse. Scrooge felt a sharp, cold fear, a feeling he hadn't felt in years. He was used to being powerful, to getting what he wanted, but now facing Marley's ghost, he was just a scared old man facing something much worse than death.